This report is about climate change. Wait, give us a listen. Perhaps I can tell you something you didn't know. Just in case you missed the memo. And it was a big memo. Most scientists and institutions from across our planet have concluded that the average temperature of Earth is increasing gradually every year, and has been for quite some time. Scientists also agree that it is due to the release of excess carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. They also agree that it is our fault. Yes, our fault. Us, mankind. We did it. With technological development over centuries, we have increased in the burning of fossil fuels and have created an imbalance of chemicals in the air. So, the Earth is getting hotter, and several sub-problems have spun off because of it. The polar ice caps are melting. As they melt, the sea is rising. The farming industry is facing several issues. Crops that regularly grow in season are growing out of season, and sometimes due to drought. This in turn affects restaurants, chains, and the food industry. Climate change is also projected to be the cause of stronger storms and hurricanes, not frequent, but stronger. Anyone remember Superstorm Sandy? Climate change creates the perfect situation for increased mosquito breeding. Mosquitoes spread diseases, like Zika, chikungunya, and them. Climate change sometimes helps invasive species to thrive and creates chaos for endemic species. And that goes for plants, fish, you name it. Climate change is also possibly the cause of all the sargassum seaweed. We are even sure that climate change directly raises concern in the unfortunate cases of coral bleaching. Reefs are in danger. Lesser reefs means less fish and protection for our beaches and coastlines. Now, that is just a scratch on the surface of the problems we suspect are caused by this phenomenon. However, you want to know what we are doing about it in the Virgin Islands. Well, let me tell you. As far as climate change goes, we are the first in the region to create and pass a climate change adaptation policy in 2012. Woo, yes! Legislative framework to address the sole greatest issue facing our planet. Number one, BVI. But seriously, the policy has placed BVI in a position internationally to speak on our plans and strategies to address the issue. It is a homegrown policy and home benefiting. Very exciting news. Now, one major component of the policy is the establishment of the Climate Change Trust Fund. Funds? Mitigation efforts and projects and renewable energy pursuits require money. Whose money? Several large countries, especially those in the European Union and parts of North America, have accepted responsibility for being the largest contributors to climate change. So, these big countries have set aside money for small islands like ours. There are literally billions of dollars set aside to help small nations with dealing with the projected adverse effects of climate change. The EU and North America did that. I told y'all this was serious business. Could you imagine? All that money is out there. Well, why don't they just give it to us? Not so fast. The trust fund had to be established so that not just anybody could get to the money and use it for not just anything. The money has to be used for its intended purpose. The trust fund is established with a board of trustees that will administer the fund to applicants. And it's not too hard to apply.
You will send in a proposal or application to the Climate Change Trust Fund Board, and it would be approved or denied, or somewhere in between.
The point is, the Climate Change Trust Fund will help do so many things for our territory. And when we begin, we will make history. Here are a few examples of climate change-related things to apply for when it is established. They include, and are not limited to, solar panels, renewable energy, outfitting of business or home, scholarship for environmental, engineering, climate change-related field of study, hurricane and flood mitigation outfitting of business or home, mangrove replanting projects, wetland rebuilding projects, coral replanting projects, recycling projects, green education or awareness projects. These are just a few examples, but the possibilities are endless. However, the board needs to be established. Currently, a few persons have applied, but more are needed. The Climate Change Trust Fund Board needs dedicated, interested individuals who care about the environment. I mean, not the environment. Climate change is not environmental. And we've got to stop thinking like that. Climate change is about everything. It is far-reaching with implications into every sector and every facet of your life. Climate change is in your choices on the menu, in your route to work. It's in every dollar at the gas station. It's in the choices of your children and future generations, schools and living. It's in a mosquito bite, your health care. It's in tourism, finance, national security, every sector of everything you do and every choice you make. Applicants to the board are asked to be fairly knowledgeable with interest and means for attracting money to the fund. The Climate Change Trust Fund Board needs you. If you think that you could be a caretaker, a steward, a part of this historic board, please call 468-2147 or email nrl@gov.vg. Do it now. We need you. More information is available at bvi.gov.vg/climate change. Call if you have questions. Call if you want to nominate someone else who would be perfect for this opportunity. Our territory needs you. Our region needs you. Let's go.